Ball on five. How many? All day.
Tell me if you like it. Okay, we're checking the sound out here. So Eugene McCune wins the first match. Chris Barnes now in the warm-up phases, and we'll be on to match number 2. I apologize for the challenges we faced today, but we had some problems with some new equipment, and we're hoping to get it all worked out. And we've been saying that all day, but I think we have something that's going to get us through the end of the day, and hopefully we can work the bugs out for next time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Chris has finished his warm-up shots. He is choosing to start the match, so he will start on lane 5 and finish the match on lane 6. I know we haven't talked about it this weekend, but this is the 42-foot Mark Roth pattern.
Okay, Eugene moves on, faces our number 3 seed, the PBA and USBC Hall of Famer, Mr. Chris Barnes.
Chris starts solid. I have to say this is one of the strongest step ladders I've ever seen in a regional. All 5 players have a national title, and 2 of them are Hall of Famers. That's pretty powerful for a regional tournament. Eugene trips that one. Stays perfect through 2. Got a nice little crowd gathered here at Plaza Lanes here in Crawfordsville, Indiana. Our host this week, PBA member Gary Allstott. Through the nose and 24710. Certainly makeable for McCune, but and he did just that. Pretty good shot for Chris, just comes up a little light, leaves a 10 pin. Back-to-back 10 pins for Chris. Oops. 24810 on the right lane for Eugene. This has been a fairly common leave this weekend. I certainly left it a lot. If you can get the ball to hook enough, this is a makeable shot, but I never saw one made all weekend. Ooh. We got the ball to hook enough, we just missed the 2-pin. Back in the pocket on lane 5. It appears that lane 5 is hooking considerably more than lane 6. Third 10 pin in a row for Chris. Just got that one.
Everybody knew they had it once they had it.
Yeah.
There's a better shot. Carries the 10. He's completely lost on the right lane at this point. He's got a hang spot down lane, and after the 2.4810 leaves a 2.410. Eugene is your defending champion here. He won last year on the shorter Mike Albee pattern.
Another split. Yeah, no, that's fully split.
Looks like he's going to have to settle for 4th place this year. Just the kind of shot you'd expect from Chris. This is Chris's 21st game in the last 2 days, and he came over the short drive from Indianapolis from the U.S. Open. Wasn't his best week at the U.S. Open, but he's looking a lot better here. I think that mathematically does it. Chris will move on. Eugene will finish 4th. And there he got lined up, but too late. Eugene did not bowl the U.S. Open this week, but his son did for the first time and actually made match play and finished 16th, shooting 300 the last game of the tournament. So, really good week for Kevin McCune.
You're up. Give him 3 minutes to the match is over. You do a churro thing. That's what he wants. Get like 3 nuts. Then you put some like.
Little test shot there from Chris. Puts him at 235. Good solid game. Next up, Tom Hess.
Nice.
Your reigning Senior Player of the Year and Senior Rookie of the Year. Coming off back-to-back majors. Tom also bowled the U.S. Open along with Chris and
You want to stay loose on 4?
had similar lack of results, but came here and has bowled exceptionally well. So
Gary, can you turn on lane 4?
Tom had 299 earlier in match play. We've got the 11th and 12th frame of that on a YouTube short if you want to check that out. We're here with Eugene. Kind of lost the right lane there.
It burned up. I thought I threw it bad, and the first one burned up, and I thought I threw the second one good, and did the same thing.
So
I totally missed a 5-board move. I moved in 5 boards, and I struck.
yeah, but I was.
Of course, all day long, I've been freaking split every time I miss. Hate to do not leave a split.
Well, 4th place last year. You were the defending champion, I guess, coming in here. So you certainly like Crawfordsville.
Sometimes.
Hey, by the way, congratulations on Kevin. I mean, that was a heck of a performance for his first U.S. Open.
Yeah, it was nice. He shot like 285 over the last block, and actually won a couple games. The first block he shoots 150, which was pretty in par with like better scores, and he only one game.
Wow.
Yeah, so if he would have caught a couple, like 3 or 4 wins there, could have been a different story.
Yeah.
He bowled great. He bowled good on the flattest pattern the second day.
Yeah.
He shot 107 over, which was like 4th or 5th on the day.
Wow.
Yeah, but then they don't bowl on it again. They cut to the cashers round, and they bowl on that for 32 games. It's like you think they would have went cashers round and then went back to the other 3. You know, but that would make common sense. But
Yeah. Well, good bowling anyway.
thanks,
So.
I'm winning this game. Look, I'm winning.
Thanks, Eugene.
I forgot you guys practice on this.
All right, Chris Barnes moves on. He faces off our number 2 seed. This gentleman is in very, very rare company. He is one of the few people to win the USBC Masters as well as the USBC Senior Masters. He's also your PBA50 reigning player of the year. From Granger, Iowa, Mr. Tom Hess.
Good luck, Chris. Well done.
All right. Hess, the higher seed, is chosen to make Chris Barnes start. Chris cleans up the spare. Tom starts with a double. That's been pretty constant this weekend. Ooh, and he tripped 4 for Chris. Oh, and it carries the messenger. Might have gotten that one a little lighter than the first shot on 6, but it came back and head pin took out the 10. Solid 4-bagger to start for Tom. Chris is looking good, but that 10 pin is just a little tricky for him right now. And single pins are like opens when you're bowling against Tom Hess. Oh, and another trip 4 on lane 5. Tom carries the shaker. He's halfway there with the front 6. Oh boy. Let's see, he got it out early and wide. Leaves the washout. But covers it up. Makes the adjustment. Hits the pocket solid, trips a 10 at the last minute. Another great shot from Tom Hess. Got it in just a little bit. Hit the pocket solid, but not quite enough to pop the 10.
Feels like that was about his first miss the last 4 times of bowling.
Wow. Breaks up the split.
Great
But
rack.
well, Chris is definitely going to need some help from Tom at this point. He's down 33 going into the 9th. Back to tripping the 4-pin.
I want to go to 2 spots that land. It's high and flat.
Barring a catastrophe for Tom, that should just about do it. Tom's had a look that no one else had all weekend. Unfortunately, Parker Bone is here, and he always has a look that nobody else has. Yeah, no matter what, Tom's got this one won, but best Barnes can shoot's 246. Tom's at 255 already. But covers it up just to $259 for Tom Hess. Seems like once it's over, these guys always strike. Tough to lose with 246, but the way Tom Hess has been bowling, 246 just isn't enough.
Hey, Tom.
But now we got the lefty, Parker Bone, the Hall of Famer, and he's on a fresh side. No other lefty's seen these lanes today, and
One in the Midwest, so that being close, but. I don't know. It'll be all right.
Yes, sir. And we're here with Chris. Good weekend overall. Didn't get any breaks at all there in that championship match.
No.
Tripped a couple 4-pins, but
Yeah, I got some breaks. I mean, it started to carry down a little bit, and I needed to do something a little bit different. I mean, 240s, that's about as, I'd take that most times. But it seems like every time I bowl Tom that he has the Barry's ball reaction, and so, I mean, they're not all going flush, but it's not like any of them look like they're not going to strike.
Right.
So, he's got his ball doing the right things every time I bowl him, it seems like, and I'm looking forward. I'm a strong believer in things even out. I can't wait for him to even out against Tom.
yeah, you could use a break against him. I've seen it go the other way.
He's just-
He's
yeah,
tough right now.
That's the first time I've given him a game. The other ones, the lanes were considerably harder in both those matches, and he had kind of the same ball reaction to where he could get his ball to really go through the pins well, and I'm struggling to get mine to knock out some of the corners, and so he's just been on top of it a little better. So
Great to see you. By the way, if you guys haven't caught the Beef and Barnsey show on YouTube, check it out. It's the most entertaining bowling show out there right now. Make sure you check it
I
out.
appreciate that. We're trying Tuesdays and Thursdays around 11 Eastern.
God, love the show, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Jackson, New Jersey. Put your hands together for Mr. Parker Bone III.
All right, top seed Parker Bone has chosen to make Tom Hess start on lane 5. And Tom picks right up where he left off. We saw these two battle it out last year in a regional, and Parker wound up winning that one. Solid carry there for Parker. nearly the 710, but it's the 10 to drop, leaving just the 7 pin. Parker took a little speed off that one and got it to carry the 7 pin. Got the carry on lane 5. Let me tell you folks, this pattern is not this easy. These guys are just that good. I saw a lot of really bad games bowled from some pretty good bowlers this weekend, so. Classic form that is Parker Bone. For 30 years we've been watching that. Hasn't changed much in spite of 30 years out here. Interesting how Tom's playing these. His break point on lane 6 is clear out around the 2 or 3 board. He He's going to be quite a ways inside of that on lane 5. He felt like he threw that one pretty good. Cleans it up. No. Carries the light hit on the right lane. Ooh. Checked a little early and went through the nose. That's going to get Tom back in the match. PBA56 for Parker. Another win over Tom. And another title on the Mark Roth pattern.
That's what we vote for right there. Money spent, but the hardware stays there forever. Bobby, can you get that one over?
No audio tour interference allowed. So.
Oh. Parker Bone is your champion, in spite of really amazing performance from Tom Hess.
Okay,
try and
before we officially crown our champion, please put your hands together for our second place finisher, Tom Hess. Tom, you worked great all weekend. So do not disappoint putting a great match against our champion, Parker. So before we bring out our champion, bring out our host here, Gary Alsott. Come on out. He's going to winning again. Parker won, I think, 3 times in my region last year. So, kicking off 2022 with a bang, and it's like a golden birthday, I guess, when you win when your banner's up there, isn't it? On the championship there.
That. I like that.
So yeah, so just amazing how that works. So winning another regional title, first one of 2022 in the Central Region. Again, your champion, Parker Bone III. Floor is yours.
Well, I can tell you sincerely, the last week I've been traveling around doing some clinics and whatnot, but and thanks to Gary for actually having me, let's just say a couple hundred miles west of here. But I've spent about 5 or 6 days now in this wonderful town, because when I came in here Tuesday night, everything was fine, and then Wednesday, let's just say that the sky decided to let loose and shut everybody down. So I've had a lot of time, but it's been awesome. I can't thank all of you enough for showing up and making our weekend. The PBA professionals, the senior professionals, the PBA50 players. You have opened your arms to all of us. So Gary, you and your staff, thank you very much. We can't do it without you. Brunswick, the new collision that I had out here, folks, you seen I bowled yesterday with a different ball. I had that new collision today, and lo and behold, it worked out great. So my thumb decided to drop in there a little bit. The pro shop, we went in there and fixed that right up, but I was well on my way. So thanks, everyone. We'll look forward to seeing you again next year for sure.
I want to congratulate Parker on the win, but I think you said it best. We appreciate all you guys coming and supporting the PBA50 Tour. A big shout out to Martha, Rob, Matt, Justin, who's in the back, my staff. They're the ones that do all the heavy lifting, and I really appreciate all their hard work. And then I don't want to forget all the money that we raised for Special Olympics this weekend, well over $2,500. We hope we do even more of that. So thank you for helping us reach that goal as well. So, thanks, everybody.
Thank you. So on behalf of the PBA, I want to say thanks again to Gary. Congratulations again to Parker. Thanks again for coming out and kicking off this this first PBA 50 event of the 2022 season. There's going to be plenty of them as the year goes on. Looking forward to bigger and better things in 2023 as well. So thanks again for coming out. See you next year, and good luck and good bowling to everyone. Thank you.
Big hand for Parker. That was the first time he ever gave an acceptance speech before. You could tell. It's pretty impressive.
Where's Harry at?
Well, that'd be great. Seems like every time we cover a tournament that you're in, I wind up congratulating you on your win. This is at least number 3 of those. So
Maybe something like that. You can come out to a lot of them then.
Yeah.
That's all it takes, you know. But let me just say this. You know, we started this weekend out. Tom blistered him yesterday. He absolutely set the pace for everybody out there. Went out there and knocked them all over and put the bar pretty high. And obviously Chris Barnes bowled great, and he caught up to him. And the two of them were 1 and 2 coming into today. But fortunately for me, things matched up well. I was able to make enough good passes and, more importantly, win a couple of matches. And that propelled me into where I was and gave me the opportunity here this afternoon. So I can't thank everybody here enough for making it all possible. It's really been an awesome weekend.
all right. Well, congratulations. What was the ball again of today?
It's a new DV8 collision
Okay.
that Brunswick on
Yep.
where our DV8 brands has come out with. But as you can see, it picked up and it did everything it needed to do to go through the pins. For
Yeah,
sure.
this has been a pretty good pattern for you. The Mark Roth pattern, that's at least the second one on the regionals now that you've won on this pattern. And is there something about it that you like especially well, or just happen to bowl well here?
I think, I see the lane pretty decently. I actually had my little bit of struggles yesterday in qualifying. And what it was, I was actually moving too deep on the lane because the right-handers were moving deep as well. So I was fighting the front a little bit. And then when I moved out a little bit more, not outside of 5, but just out in general, my ball was able to clear through the front a lot easier. And that enabled the ball to save the energy for the right part of the lane.
All right. So what's up next for you?
I'm going to actually... Tom Hess, myself, and Matt Russo's back here. The three of us are headed up to Jackson, Michigan for the regular PBA Tour event that's going to start off tomorrow.
All right. Well, good luck and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thanks, Parker. We're here with runner-up Tom Hess. Great weekend. Unfortunately, you caught Parker. But fantastic bowling.
Well, Parker has been, to me, what I've been to Chris Barnes.
Yeah, it's
here
exactly
lately.
what I was thinking. Is Chris can't beat
I lost
you.
to
And,
Parker when he won all the 4 tournaments in a row. He beat me in the Stepladder 3 of the 4. He beat me in the Stepladder again today. There's a reason the guy's in the Hall of Fame.
yeah,
He's
no question.
pretty darn good.
Well, you had a great look this weekend, and you bowled really, really well. I got you shooting 299 earlier, and I really thought this was going to be your day. But you get Parker, There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it happens. It was a very strong field for you too, Chris. Thank you. Very strong field for a regional. A couple of guys backed out because of weather, but at one time there was 9 PBA50 national champions and 2 other national tour titleists in this field. So
Yeah, that is-
to end up second in that field is a positive, and we'll move forward and hopefully carry some of this momentum up into Jackson, Michigan next week.
All right. Well, good luck, and keep her going.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tom.
That, if anybody was curious, that's the brand new Phase 4.
Oh, yeah,
was
I did.
throwing that.
I
that
wondered what ball that
is,
was.
That's going to be a good one.
All right.
It'll come out February 11th, Phase 4.
Very good. Thanks,
you.
Tom. All right, folks, thank you for joining us. Sorry about some of the mishaps we had today, but what an amazing tournament, and I hope everyone enjoyed it. Thanks again. We'll see you here in a few weeks in Jasper, Indiana.